This documentary will follow a group of young student actors on their journey to put on a professional stand-up performance at the Riverfront Theatre in Newport, South Wales. This is The Love of a Good Man, the documentary.
You two feel free with it, yeah? Okay? So it's not written in stone.
I had a friend.
Yeah, we know some, but we're not getting into that now,
You
are
won't
we?
be moving around like because Paul wants maybe cut set up over there or something like that, because then you get like the lead on stuff as well. So
Mark it now.
Well, we have to report it on, Riddle.
War's over 2 years, Mr. Flowers. Report what you like.
do you know my fairy rabbit? Or ferret rabbit?
But trust me, you have to think about what you're saying, and you have to do it in the moment as if it's the first time you've ever said it. Tell us something.
Whatever.
The audience figure.
Whatever in the middle here. Whatever that should represent.
Instead of just this idea of the monument to Plinth thing in the centre,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
leading into scene 7, which is the one with the bodies laid out, isn't it? The women come up.
When you looked across at Adam and said, I want to think it's good, that's not actually the part etched by actual absolutely basic.
Okay, stand by everybody. Okay, let's run the end of the scene and go into scene 7 as well.
Along with the student assistant directors, head lecturer and director Paul Conway is taking on the challenge of putting on a professional stand-up performance in only 2 months.
What were your initial thoughts when you read the play?
I thought, oh Jesus, what have I got myself into? But I think that about any play when I read it for the first time, whether it's Lorca, whether it's Sean O'Casey, whether it's Shaw, any playwright, Mame, anything, I think, oh God. But then, what I tend to do is, I tend to make most notes in the first reading, even though I add to them, but I tend to write intensively over a night, over a period of time, breaking down every sentence. For the story, first of all, and then for the actor, probably second. And how I can marry both them once we hit day 1 of rehearsal.
That's for noises, isn't that right, lads? The first corpse shakes you. It's like having a fag.
Hello, look who's here.
Think about it as character actions, you know. Your body language may change.
On behalf of King and Empire,
It's the only human work.
There's no point doing
Okay, guys.
It is my solemn duty.
It was to find, for me, the first thing I needed to find was the balance between satire, burlesque, vaudeville type comedy, which can be used in this, I believe, and the reality of the First World War. For the actors, I put a lot of footage on the MLE of shell shock, political speeches, things that were happening, things that were leading up to the war and things after the war, which this is set in, obviously, 1920. So it was made to find that balance. What is satire? How far can you push satire, which is on the page in any way? But can you push it further again?
Some of the ensemble took a scene of the play to the local sixth form at Dufferin High to advertise the play and the university's performing arts course.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you for allowing us to come in and chat. We're not going to be here too long. We're only here for about 25 minutes, I would imagine. My name is Paul, and the final show we're doing, which I'm directing, is called Love of a Good Man by a man called Howard Barker. And the best way to describe it is sort of a satire on the machinations of World War I, what happened, the class structure in World War I, after World War I, how people perceived each other and how the class structure survived. I don't want to give too much away because I'm sure some of you, and hopefully some of you will come and see it, but it's a good play, that's the only thing I can say, rather than giving away the plot. Okay, what we're going to do now, I'm going to ask the actors just to Just to run a scene, just to give you an idea of a scene within the play. So, who's on first?
Do you feel anything yet? No. I do. I expected you to. In my room. But of course. It goes hot.
Footpaths will traverse the cemetery at angles corresponding to the pattern of the Union Jack. Fuck. Did we bring the Union Jack? I think we can assume we didn't. The cross of sacrifice is to be placed at the confluence. The confluence. Oh, fuck this. Each section thus delineated will provide sufficient area for 100 graves. The surface of each grave to be 8 foot by 4.
I expect we'll see a lot of one another.
Every morning, should you wish, squelching about. But the Passchendaele month doesn't seem to stick to you. You are very neat, spotless.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, madame.
I'm Sylvia Twingley.
Oh, God, our open age is past.
Okay, I'm not quite going to say thank you very much. I didn't want to say what the play was about before they did the extract, because it's like going to the theatre or the cinema. I personally hate knowing what a film or a play is about. I like to just discover it. But now I haven't seen a little bit, you probably get the idea that it is set just after a war. It happens to be World War I, and the location is Passchendaele. And they're actually standing on the graves of millions upon millions of dead soldiers, British soldiers who were killed during the war. And it is about the search for a dead son, dead brother. If that's it, we're going to say thank you very much for having us. Thank you very much for having us. The line just before he says that. There was a line.
It's blown up, man. Look like a back with big hairy legs. Blah, 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 blah.
Really big, as opposed to
conversation.
It's a timely
somewhere.
I don't know how you
Watch your feet, mate. I'm going to land on the club.
How has the experience of trying to put on a professional performance been?
I think it's been really fun, kind of eye-opening, to say the least. I enjoy going in every single day, rehearsing, kind of. But on the course, I kind of wasn't too happy about the writing aspects. But then you kind of understand why you need to do this, because obviously you're studying the play, you're studying context. You kind of you need that. I just love going in, rehearsing, getting things done. But then also it's quite frustrating at times, just because obviously you're an ensemble of 16. You all need to work together, and if it's not, one person's not working, the whole thing's not working, so it's frustrating.
I most earnestly encourage you to be a taboola accent as far as this toy music is concerned.
What's Mr. Reynolds had his down? Because his nimble fingers have searched a vast number of human cavities. Some male and some female.
Couldn't sleep.
I'm gonna make that really funny.
What about it?
Look in your diary. It got to your womb.
Don't remember.
Just try and find out where we are.
Oh.
We got it now.
Oh.
Oh, he's checking the queue.
Yeah.
I'll check the queue. Are you ready?
Check it the night before. Stand by and action.
I hate Germans. They don't know when to stop.
What are they doing behind you?
Waiting to pick up the body. But
They will forget. They will eat
rather than
sandwiches here and bring
blocking
their
up
dogs to
the
shit.
whole side of the stage,
It is a
you
German.
stop, they
I'll tell them.
continue.
we go for it again.
Sense?
Last time when we did that.
A woman like that moves you. Turns your bowels. Fuck's sake!
It looks like you're making an exit.
Oh, I was just going to...
Oh, that's a German!
Everything must be recorded. Every death, everything. There's no truth in war except this trial.
Stand by. Always check back. Go on out of space. Find a way of digging. Hey, you wouldn't get that fucking thing, mate. Your face is going to yeah. Yeah.
Lined up along the fence. Come on, guys, everyone lined up along the fence. Right, okay, listen, guys, listen up, look at me. From this point onwards, completely in character. Anything outside of character, you will be sent back. And it will go on the record and it'll affect grades, all sorts. Paul's approved this whole exercise, so for the purpose of the rest of it, you got to listen to me, okay? Great, so from this point onwards, completely in character. So soldiers, I'd like you standing as though you are soldiers, please. Ready to go. Okay. Now, soldiers, Mr. Hacker, Mr. Clout, we're about to go to the digging site now, and there are bodies that need to be recovered there to be reinterred. So, I'd like marching, please. Marching order, quick march in this direction. Gentlemen.
With some of the actors struggling to get into the mindset of their characters, Assistant Director Marcus has come up with an exercise to help them understand what it was like to be a gravedigger after World War I.
At ease. Now, gentlemen, move through so you can see me. This exercise down here, when I say so, you'll be climbing through this gap over here, down there, and you will retrieve, gentlemen, I know you're not part of my command, however I appreciate it, you keep the frivolity to a minimum. Thank you. When I say so, you go down there, and you commence a scene where a leg is found.
Oh! Don't be there!
Oh, fuck no, come on! No! Get here! Get here! Fucking her! There's his wounds in her. She weeps his blood! Stop it, Tron!
Thank you! Look, this particular corpse will earn you more than a nickel fan case. Put it another way, you get this week.
There are tens of thousands between there and there.
I never said it'd be easy. I wonder if you can get him in a week.
We can do it.
Toynbee! Tell him Toynbee. That's his number and his regiment. Big lot of hard work, mind you. There's plenty more money where that came from. I'm not made of money, I admit. But I am bloody keen.
Yeah. You love the lady when you mean.
I heard that, Flowers. Vile insinuation. Vile. 4 years of squires made you cynical.
Come on then.
I suppose. Very fucking do that up. When Daddy's dancing against the bedroom, you don't ask.
Yes, indeed.
Very funny thing to do.
Good one.
Alright.
Ask him so what?
Are we ready? There are unexploded things around here.
Oh no, you don't go still.
There's a question of dead or anything.
With production week edging closer and closer, the next step in the process for the actors is to get their costume. The ensemble went to Scripter Screen in Cardiff for this.
This is all working out I'm going to take these off.
Yeah.
You don't need okay. And that.
We've done some of the changes, but we did a run for it.
It looks cold very tight. It's like thin, kind of like a t-shirt.
Tell you what. Go grab another one. It's very good room to have it. Yeah.
You know, 'cause it's kind of like a long john type thing.
The lads, okay, you have to go through to Narnia. Have a look up there. Have a look and see if there's anything.
Yeah, my camera's weird.
Like where they could be got it, it's like they ripped them off.
How long ago was it? Don't get, I've got different friends.
We've done some changes, but we did a run through just 5 last night.
Stop. You don't have to try it on yet. Just keep it on there.
Yeah, that definitely might fit.
I think it's safe to say that I've been drugged.
Hang on.
What did he do?
I can't. It was wonky.
What are you doing with Bang?
It's alright, you've only got trousers to try on.
I'll try this on.
Why? I'm wearing my own. I'm not wearing our shirt, mate.
Yeah.
Can I get my kit off?
Go upstairs.
shirt?
For his rehearsals.
Yeah, it's fine. Just need the trousers.
Martin doing it, so we've never.
Because he said don't mind.
No, they're from
Well,
the
not
police.
right at the beginning.
Man, it's so tight.
Yeah, but you've got a polo shirt and another t-shirt on underneath it.
Yeah, they're not really thick, are they?
Why am I wearing these anyway? These are grimmer.
Yes, I'm the author of that book. Colonel Hard, are you? Yes, I am Colonel.
Yes, I'm Colonel Hart.
All right. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I need cuffs as well, you know.
I don't even know these.
Man, I haven't had any time off. I haven't gone on a little spree in Belgium.
The metal. Oh, right. Steel's okay.
Is your toe touching the metal?
Yeah, I can feel the metal like here.
Yeah, but like the end of your toe, not the top of
No.
your foot.
No, it's not.
Okay, so they're not too small for you then.
No, they're not too small.
Okay,
I've got my own box.
Yeah, I know.
£16. I want one of them.
Looks sick, doesn't it?
Just some notes. It was dreadfully slow. It's as if you've gone back 3 weeks or something. Damn, because you say stained coat. I think because the CQ's did your coat and jacket. I don't mind you wearing that coat. You don't have to use it then after that. Cool. The whistling for Ed to react again seemed like it died.
It didn't happen, did it?
Guys, that's what I'm talking about. Because when things like that happen and you come into the scene, you're coming in with no energy. And then it's on that slippery slope. The entrance of the grave diggers, you guys need to run that about 20-30 times each day to get that timing right. It was so off today. Cue for them is to be on stage. So my advice is, you go off and you guys be ready and make damn sure you're on stage for the scene. Grave diggers, you're eating the bread, I'm sitting right here, I couldn't understand a word you were saying. Really and truly. You know, you got to concentrate on this. 20 rows of seats. I think 16, 17 seats in each row, I can't remember. And if you're whispering to your kneecaps, you'll soon feel the ripple that will affect the whole company when they come on stage, because these people will have given up. Drinking the wine, when you take the wine and hand it back to you, you look like you're going to push it through his chest. I don't know why. All you do is drink a bottle of wine and you hand it back. Then, are you ladies on the cook's tour? Feels like it needs a little... Ladies, you know, you're interrupting ladies. I think gentlemen of that period would would always carry the parlour room with them in a certain way. Yeah, Andrew, don't stick the eyeball in Luke's face, or the joke. What happened to the leg?
It's not ready yet.
It's not ready. Grave diggers. Synchronised marching is completely missing today. I was watching feet doing different things. You with me? It needs to be picked up. That marching starts off stage. It's a sound. Stop, bang, boom. Soldiers. Even though you're grave diggers, at heart you're still soldiers. Oh, the synchronisation of when you're getting yelled into the thing. It's distinct. It's and their one is and then again and boom, boom, boom. But stylised, you know what I mean? Just the stain on the dress.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, is this stage a screen dress, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't stain it, but we can, which will dry out. When you're off stage in the preview sequence, a little bowl of water, just dab it into the dress. So when you come on, it'll dry out, but it gives a darker stain. So we have something to look at. Very last Gravedigger sequence before the interval. Lines have been dropped, the hammering was off. It just felt like nobody cared.
What was it like working in a professional standard environment?
It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of stress at the same time.
Yeah, it's very stressful. We're in, almost every day, long days, though, like 10 to 4 or 5.
Something like that.
Consistent days, and it's, no, it's hard. We're getting to that point now where we're all working hard, but I'm not sure it's very productive currently. It's getting to that point where we're having fun, and we're getting somewhere, but we're not working anywhere near the speed I think we need to be. It needs to be a lot more productive. We're having great days, we're also having awful days. We need to make it a little more consistent.
Like with a professional environment, you'd think, Paul said it to us, you'd think they'd have constant good days. You know, everyone have to bring it to every rehearsal, all your energy, all your... And I don't know if anyone's got any problem or if anyone's like, but if you feel like someone's got something like that and they bring it into the rehearsal, then you can see it bring it down, or you can see it bring it up. Yeah. Or if people are just having a fun time, say they've just gone to lunch or something like that, it's
concentration as well, isn't it?
I'd say professional is a loose term.
The great days are great days.
Yeah.
And I just think we need to have a few more of them.
Will you take my hand, please? I've come such a long way.
First thing I want to say is there was some magnificent
shaking.
stuff on the stage today. People were really trying different things. I'm sure the audience would agree. There were things that were hilarious. It was really dangerous. It was good. Most consistent, driven run-throughs. Doesn't mean I haven't got notes. I have notes. Consistent run-throughs I've seen so far. Yeah? I don't know what it felt to you guys, but I'm getting a story. I don't, whether it's flat or not at the moment, I'm not too worried. But the story is consistent. Ben, Cook's Tour, that was the best timing on that ever. Because you were doing an activity and boom, boom, Cook's Tour, and you're straight in. Great, I really enjoyed that. Much stronger. Much, much stronger. It's obviously you've gone away and thought about it and given us some welly. It's great, really good. The only thing I say that first scene is go off. I think you cross Ed at the end of that first sequence, do you? Oh no, you cross Luke.
Yeah.
If you can get off centre, it'll clear it for you, because it was like a bit of a, a crossroads crash up there. But go off centre.
Okay.
Nice one. Ed. Hello. Crying was terrific.
Oh,
really sensational. The only thing I'll say when you're doing it here is gaps, yeah. So if you get the crying in with the it'd be perfect. But I thought it was terrific. I love the fact you're standing on the British flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good and it sums up the First World War in a way, it's like that horror of that. The Gravediggers, your first entrance was the best I've ever seen at timed. It was pitch perfect. You were on before, he was boom, and it was all one thing, yeah? That's the way it should be. Yeah, Gravediggers, blah, blah, blah. If you get the timing matched to the timing you did in the first scene, you've got a perfect choreographed. It's almost ballet in a way. It's bump, bump, bump. It was spot on. I think we're probably at that stage where we need an audience. Do you know what I mean? That the audience... We're probably at that stage now as actors, where we need an audience. Which you're going to get this day next week? Tomorrow next week. Okay.
Finally, with some positive feedback behind them, the ensemble prepare to move over to the Riverfront Theatre to get ready for the toughest week in their acting careers so far.
How much is going in this bag?
There's no point me being here because I can't do anything.
In a very nice way. Sam, we keep everything else now.
Yeah, grab the other side of that cross, can you?
Yeah.
I'll take that if you want. Go on then. No.
No, not by that.
It's going to hit you right
now.
No. I got that, I was just losing that to pick it up. But I don't want to walk backwards, mate. You're carrying all this shit.
Hang on.
In primary school. Yeah, I'm Jesus in primary school. Jesus in real life. Whoa, we've done that. Jesus. Hi, I'm good. How are you? Through the door.
Possibly. Wait there.
Left, Sam.
Steady, not going to go in. What should geek about yourself for?
We don't want to take them off. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, you can't do it.
Cheers.
Alright, shall we go in?
Right, guys, can I just have the building people and Beeston and Andrew and you, no one else. If you want to go in the changing rooms and do whatever you want to do, sort out props, costumes, and everything else. Can you please take your stuff out of the auditorium as well so we got all the sales? Thank you.
With the first performance fast approaching, the ensemble are backstage preparing, and the energy levels are high.
Okay, now it's a new one. It's a food-based one, so it's for the face, right? If everyone's going to look tired, there's no jumping involved.
Sandwiches?
Okay, right. Not necessarily. Right, everyone, mine, get out. Okay.
Yeah, no, there we go.
Okay, and then you open your mouth, and you're going to take the biggest fucking bite of this toffee apple you've ever taken in your life. And you chew it, and it's just so good. And then, oh fuck, it's toffee. There's something sticking to me back in the teeth. Oh, why have they got sour apples? And then you go spit out. And then you remember initially it was actually really nice to go fuck it, I'm having another bite. Oh, I got coffee again. And then it's 15 shower. Oh, fuck, let's spit it out. Well, to be honest, we've all done this before. But I think that Dan does have another big wall. 3, 2, 1. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Just like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Big, big, bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Just like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Big bumble. Big bumble. Big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Just like a big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Big bumble. Big bumble. Big bumble. Big bumble. Dan's got a head like a big bumble. Everyone turn it loud. Big, 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 big bumble.
want to say something. Want to be apt and truthful. Do you understand? Feel the need for it.
Sir.
For lovely words.
Sir.
Can make it better if you find the proper words. Sorry, for example.
Sorry?
Yes. Good words cheapened by overuse. That's all. But in this context, perfect. In this context, your poetry.
Ackroyd, Ashton, Abbey, Addison, Atkin.
Put it down, Freud.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Go off, you know. When you don't mean them to.
Who is it?
Riddle.
What to do the voice?
Please put it away, old boy.
I resent this interference. I resent it very much. I have my rank. I have my acting rancor. Oh God, I forgot to put my trousers on.
Never mind.
Oh Christ.
What number do we print on this? Missing number 1127161. I'll put it in the shed.
112716.
We should go.
We should not have done it!
On what son exactly?
She kissed it! With her lips! She's a performer, ain't she? We've mocked her pity. We have sinned against humans for death!
It doesn't matter, Trot. For all your conscience, all your guilt, the great distance or the thundering of bishops can be drowned by a rat's squeak. Sign it.
Oh, Christ. It doesn't shriek. How long has this been hanging about?
Fair number of years, sir.
I can see that. Wait to get me in a corner, are you?
Just sign it, Mr. Acker.
You've had a lawyer on it.
That's right, it's proper. Down to the stamp.
Oi. This had better be good, old son. God in heaven it had.
You put 4 in 1 hole.
I think we are creating a new world now. A world of equality and justice.
This is 1920, isn't it? And how we treat the dead will show our intentions about all the rest. They have decided to abolish all distinctions in the graveyards.
Same style for everyone. I accept it, but if we cannot even manage that, what will happen to the rest of it? You are a socialist. Is that what it is? Yes, probably I am then. You are for this regulation, this monotonous equality.
Yes.
This greyness, this sickness.
Yes, I am. I am.
I'm sure how this equality has to be enforced. And they've had to send in the police to terrorise us, to arrest and imprison people like me. You'll notice how this urge for sameness causes misery and grief. I'm afraid I think you should conform of your own
free will.
I will not! They do not own my son, I do. I take it you won't hinder me.
They're taking one dead soldier home to shake their plumes over in the avenue.
You haven't answered! Will you hinder me? This is your socialism, this. You'll have me taken by the police.
Why,
God likes pain. Always being asked that one. Why God is so very fond of pain. It's because he is.
Contemplate the dead. They are with us. Welcome them into your thoughts.
Oh, it's moving already.
Oh.
Moving.
Oh, somebody moved! Fritz Immelman! Vandenberg Regiment! Corporal! Age 19!
Have you a message for us, Corporal Immelman?
Yes! Sylvia! Oh, God! It's the man who murdered my son! Oh, I'm going to faint! Daddy! I'd like to kiss your arm!
You dirty little bleeder! Sit down, will you sit down?
Nick, I think.
Murky young devil! Are we mock them?
Perhaps we should break off now.
Yeah, why not? My fingers are like ice, but then I keep it to myself, you see.
Shut your eyes.
Oh, God!
Read! Read!
Read!
Hector! Run! Waiting for you! Come! Come! Keep saying come!
Won't you are clouds?
No message for either.
Well, you're not impressed by
Right,
titles,
I think we should call it a night, don't
Silly
you?
ending to a silly
Sylvia,
day.
I like the word
Would someone
fight.
pack the car?
Sylvia, please!
Fuck it. I have the moral fibre. Rat.